Welcome to Learn with Roblox. In today's video, we're going to see how many times we could watch the Minneapolis Miracle on a TV if I had 1 gram of uranium to power it up. Let's get into it. According to the European Nuclear Society, 1 kilogram of uranium can be used to produce 45,000 kilowatt hours of energy. However, notice that in the problem, I only asked for 1 gram of uranium, so I'm going to convert this kilogram into 1,000 grams. And that allows me to cancel out a bunch of zeros here. So I'll cancel 3 from this side and 3 from that side. So therefore, I get that 1 gram of uranium can produce 45 kilowatt hours of energy. But how much is 45 kilowatt hours of energy? Well, 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 million joules. Let me write that down. 3.6 million J for short, or J for joules. And then to find the total amount of energy that 45 kilowatt hours is equal to, just do 45 times 3.6 million joules. So I'm just going to do that really quickly. So 45 times 3.6 million joules. And this is equal to 162 million joules. So from this first part, we've learned that from 1 gram of uranium, we can obtain 162 million joules worth of energy. Now let's see how much that gives us. So the next thing I did was I went to the LG Electronics website and I found this nice TV for $2,000. Sure, that's a bit expensive, but to watch the Minneapolis Miracle, that's a small price to pay. And I scrolled down to find how much energy it consumes, and I found out that its power is 204 watts. So I'm going to write that down, 204 watts. And remember, a watt is just equal to a joule per second. So this TV runs at 204 joules per second. So now, if we have 162 million joules of energy and we consume 204 joules every second, how many seconds will the TV run for? Well, all we need to do is just do 162 million joules divided by 204 joules per second. And then the joule units will cancel out and leave us seconds. And if you do this, you will find that this TV will run for 794,118 seconds. So that's how long our TV will be able to run on 1 second of uranium. Now we can use this to find out how many times we can watch the Minneapolis Miracle. Now all I had to do was time how long the Minneapolis Miracle took. I started my timer right here when the center snaps the ball. The play technically ends as soon as Stephon Diggs crosses the goal line right over here. However, in my opinion, when watching this, you have to include that iconic helmet throw he did afterwards. So this is actually where I ended my timer. And when I did that, I got 13.79 seconds. Let me write that down. So if this TV runs for 794,118 seconds, and the Minneapolis Miracle takes 13.79 seconds each time, all we need to do is 794,118 divided by 13.79 seconds per play to find how many times we can watch the Minneapolis Miracle on this TV. And when you do that, the units will cancel out, and we will find that the answer is 57,586 times. So this is our answer to the problem. We can watch the Minneapolis Miracle 57,586 times. Continuously. In addition, how long are we going to be watching the Minneapolis Miracle for? Well, if you take 794,118 seconds and divided by 3,600 seconds per hour, you will get that this is equal to 220.6 hours. And if you do 220.6 hours and divide it by 24 hours per day, you will get that we're going to end up watching the Minneapolis Miracle for about 9.2 days. Just for fun, this breaks down as a little over 4 times per minute, about 261 times per hour, and about 6,265 times you're going to watch the Minneapolis Miracle per day. So just to summarize, if you take 1 gram of uranium to power a 204 watt television, you can watch the Minneapolis Miracle 57,586 times, and that would be across 9.2 days continuously. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing.